And as the country comes up on the first anniversary of the overturning of Roe v. Wade this week, Senate Democrats are going on the offensive when it comes to abortion access. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer brought 4 bills to the floor yesterday that would protect a woman's right to abortion access and contraception. Many Republicans who would have their votes on the record ahead of the 2024 election dismissed the move as blatantly partisan. This comes as more and more states are passing restrictive abortion measures. However, in Minnesota, lawmakers moved to make it the first state to codify abortion rights this year. And joining us now, Democratic Governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. Governor Walz, thank you so much for coming on the show. Tell us more about your state and how it's handling abortion access. And are you finding that women are coming to your state to get that health care?
Yeah, well, good morning, Mika. Yes, they are. And unfortunately, they're traveling from across the country. And we have the radical notion that we trust women to make their own health care decisions. And as we've seen this march across the country on the restrictions since the Dobbs decision, we simply in Minnesota aren't going to let it stand. We need to make sure that we are not just passively doing some things. We are aggressively moving forward, both to protect women, protect providers, and protect those folks who unfortunately have to travel from across the country. And in the neighborhood where I'm at, states all around me have the strictest abortion laws in the country, 6-week abortion bans, no exceptions. And so I think it's important to get the story out there. There are states making moves. And in Minnesota, we're going to continue to expand freedoms. We're going to continue to make that a priority.
So, Susan Page, you can take the next question to the governor, but I know USA Today has a report this morning on support for legal abortion rising.
You know, in a USA Today Suffolk poll, we found that 1 in 4 Americans tell us that they are more supportive of legal abortion than they were before the Dobbs decision came down. That they have changed their opinion on an issue where public opinion was pretty well solidified to be more supportive of legal abortion. Governor, I want to ask you, you talked about how Minnesota has states around it that restrict abortion even at 6 weeks. And are you worried about the consequences of having this patchwork of laws in the United States on this issue of access to abortion?
Yeah, it's horrific. And I think, Susan, you recognize this, especially women who are economically challenged. It's difficult. What are you going to do? Go to Minneapolis, try and get a hotel, those type of things. I want to applaud folks across Minnesota and our nonprofits, Planned Parenthood of the Dakotas and Minnesota, making sure that we're providing some of that access. But of course, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to see more complications. It doesn't surprise me that those numbers are up in support of this, because since the Dobbs decisions, a lot of Americans, especially men, got educated that abortion is health care. These are absolutely, they've heard the horrific stories of pregnancies gone bad. And I think many of these men are starting to say, look, this is my wife, my daughter, my sister. And this idea that for political reasons to restrict a long established medical procedure that helps women deal with and make their own choices is simply going to be popular. And I do not know. The Republicans have absolutely no agenda other than the restriction of rights, the collapsing of set precedents, and then bringing fear in. And I think in Minnesota, we're saying that's not going to happen. Whether it's abortion, whether it's book banning, it's not going to stand.
Governor Walz, I wanted to turn you to the economy now. There's been some good news suggesting that inflation is cooling, but for so many Americans, it's still high. Everyday items still cost more than they believe they should. Give us an update as to how folks in your state are doing, and what more do you think the federal government could do, or whether you there at the state level could be doing to help Americans, and Minnesotans in this case, with inflation and the rising costs?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank goodness for the ARPA dollars coming out of COVID. Thanks for the IIJA, the infrastructure dollars, and the IRA. With that being said, Minneapolis was just listed as the city with the lowest increase in inflation, but it's still high. I think what we did in Minnesota is we made a commitment, and the whole agenda was to make life more affordable so that there could be the best state to raise a family, whether that's sending back rebate checks, which we're going to do, reducing taxes on the middle class, making sure we're making child care care affordable. I'm telling you, our employers, we're home to 16 Fortune 500 companies. We have incredibly low unemployment rate, but we know there's people on the sidelines that we need to make sure that we're making childcare affordable. We've done something. We made free breakfast and lunch for all students in schools. And I know a lot of people say, well, lower income students got that. Those are a challenge for folks that are making, $80,000, $90,000 a year. So I think moving those things to make life more affordable for the middle class, making those things that they care about, whether their children's education look like, access to health care, and then sending back a little bit of money in forms of checks, especially in time for when school gets started here this fall. But we're still feeling it, but it's improving. And I have to tell you, there's a sense of optimism out there. And I saw your earlier segment, manufacturing, chip manufacturing, high-tech manufacturing. We're the center of medical device manufacturing, Medtronic, 3M, Boston Scientific, those types of companies. But it's spreading further than that. Manufacturing and our children are seeing skilled trades and skilled manufacturing as an opportunity for them.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, thank you in so many ways. So thank you for being on the show this morning.
Thank you, Mika.